Hello and welcome to the How to Film Weddings podcast. My name is Nick Miller and I am sitting here in beautiful Antigua, Guatemala. John actually he filmed a proposal here yesterday and flew me and Blake down to be with him to help him out and also just kind of have some good brainstorming time and some talking time. And I thought it'd be cool to kind of record a podcast and kind of just reflect on some of the things that have been going on in my head and in my mind and in my life for the past little while. I know I recorded a couple weeks ago about what I've been up to and the things that I'm excited about and the things that are going on, and I've just been continuing to mull that over a little bit, and I wanted to talk about it. If you are listening on the podcast, not on YouTube, you might notice a sound difference. I just have a lapel mic. I don't have my podcasting set up here, but I am just hanging out here in this beautiful, beautiful weather. It's a little overcast, but it is nice out here in Antigua, Guatemala. And, over the past, for a while now, I've just been thinking about, kind of what I want to do and where I want to go and what business ideas and things that what's going on with Wild Oak Films and all that kind of stuff. And I've been thinking a lot, sitting down and processing the idea of complacency a lot. And I don't know about you, but I think complacency is one of those things where sometimes you don't know that it's there or realize it's there until you are really deep into it. And this has just been something that I've been kind of wrestling with a little bit. And what is it that I want to do next? Where do I want to go? And that coinciding with the fact that Wild Oak Films has shot 2 weddings this year. And, that people have asked me about how many weddings I'm shooting and how many things that I'm going to and all that kind of stuff. And my response is I wanted to have like 5, less than 5. And so it was intentional, but it wasn't necessarily this intentional with only shooting 2. I already do have 2 on the books for 2025, and I'm going to try, and I want to get up into shooting, 5 to 8 weddings in 2025. As I, filmed a lot of stuff yesterday with John, as I filmed a couple of weddings earlier this year, I could definitely feel the rust because, whenever you don't shoot a wedding for 6 months, 8 months or something, and you come back to it, there's muscle memory and you know what you're doing, but you feel out of sorts and you feel a little bit out of practice. And so, I was kind of weighing on that, and it wasn't that I didn't enjoy it, that I didn't want to do it. I think it was more, I have just kind of gotten into, this is what I do and this is how I do it when it comes to filming a wedding, and I had been out of practice. And, I'm actually editing this wedding film that I shot in Oregon earlier this year, and I just had the feeling of, I'm not very good at this. And I don't know if any of you, and it's not necessarily imposter syndrome kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's like, I don't feel that this is very good, or it's hard now, or it's difficult. And, I haven't challenged myself as much as I had wanted to in creating art or creating films or putting myself out there to film more. And, I think I said this a couple weeks ago with what I've been up to, in probably 2022, mid 2022 into 22, I went all in on How to Film Weddings. And that really became my full-time job. And whenever that became my full-time job, Wild Oak Films definitely suffered some. But How to Film Weddings was going well, and I was doing a lot of work and meaningful work and helping people and that sort of thing. And then, I just hey, this is what it is now. And I think that's where I became complacent, where, in 2023, we shot 5 weddings. This year we shot 2 weddings, and I'm kind of looking up and I'm like, man, what's going on with me? And so I'm sitting here kind of processing all of this stuff. And I'm, kind of thinking about the question, do I want to continue to film weddings? And yes, absolutely. I want to have Wild Oak Films continue to be what it is and continue to be something that I do. And I think that I need to do something different with it. with Sam Jacobson on a few months ago, one of the things that he said is whenever 2021 and 22 were booming or even before that in 2019, 2018, like things were going well, like what worked then? And I think I just need to sit down and figure out what is working right now, what worked then, and implement those things. I don't want to be complacent. I don't like feeling this way. And one of those things about feeling like you're stuck or feeling like you don't know where to go is that you kind of don't necessarily want to change, or you don't want something to be a little bit different. And it's almost like I don't want to say the word depression because it's not depression, but it's like that whenever you realize that this is going on but you can't do much, or you don't feel like changing, or something is there but you just don't want to, or don't have the motivation to, or don't have the desire to do something different. And I definitely do have the desire to do something different now, and I wish that I would have felt that a few months ago, because I have just gotten into a place where this is what I do, and this is how I am, and this is where I'm going. And coming here to Guatemala, having conversations with John and Blake over the last couple of days, I think that that's something that I'm realizing is I'm feeling that the work that I'm doing isn't very good, or I don't know how to edit anymore, I don't know how to shoot anymore. It's because I've just gotten back to not pushing myself and not feeling uncomfortable. With John, taking on some photography stuff and doing that kind of thing. I was talking to my wife the other day, and she's like, I don't know how John does that. And Blake is the same way. Like, how do these guys just say, hey, sure, I've never done that before, but I can do it? I think I fear people looking at me like I don't know what I'm doing. And I know that a lot of you can relate to that. And I want it to be perfect. I want things to be great. I want them to be at a certain level before I will agree to doing something. And then there is something about that fear of, I'm saying yes to this, I'm going to do it. And then, if I'm gonna, like with John doing photography at a wedding, he has time where he needs to figure out how to do that if he's going to do that. But he's like, yes, I will do that. And, I mentioned this on the podcast a couple weeks ago, but I'm really getting really excited about filming a documentary. And, like I said, I don't know what necessarily that looked like, but in my mind, I think I want to tell a story, that's going to be in that, 25 to 30 minute range, where I interview lots of people and try to get B-roll, and not just try, actually get B-roll, and help people and have people be aware of dyslexia. That's what I want my documentary to be about. And I think I have a few things, and I sent an email off this morning, which I've had these ideas going on in my head, and I knew the direction that I wanted to go, but I was scared to send it. And I know our friend Stanton, he's like, it just takes one moment to be audacious. Right? Just one moment to do something crazy, to do something stupid, to do something big and bold just takes 1 second. And if you can muster that up in 1 second and send that off and do that, then you don't know what can come from it. And I had already had a meeting with these women at my son's school to partner with them and help them out, and them help me film this documentary. And they were like, hey, we're gonna think about it and kind of follow up with us. And it's been a couple weeks where I have been sitting on this idea that I have a really clear vision of where I want to go, but I'm just scared because I've never done it before. And I know that us as wedding filmmakers, we have I have the know-how on how to light stuff and how to film stuff and edit things together to tell a compelling story. And I know that I can do all of those things, but it's different, and I've never done that. And I want it to be done well, and I want it to be done so perfect that it's really giving me pause to do that. And I think that as I'm getting back to this idea of complacency, I think that that's a reason why I've been there, is I have these ideas, whether it is to film this documentary that I want to do, but I'm struggling moving forward with it because I want it to be a certain way. When it comes to Wild Oak Films and adjusting things and changing things and making it different, changing and doing something different is a growing pain. It's a growing pain, and it might fail, and it might not work. And what worked a few years ago might not work now. And so I'm just kind of sitting back and I'm just going to keep it the status quo. I'm going to keep it okay, but I look back and I don't think that I have been thriving like I was, a couple years ago, because I've just kind of gotten into a rut with myself, and I don't want to do that. And I know I have been all over the place with this podcast, and I'm kind of using it as a brain. I don't know. I'm just kind of dumping a lot of stuff out here with this one, but I just want to share with you how. Where I have been, but not where I want to be. Where I've been, but not where I want to be. And I want to go and do something that not only I'm proud of, but something that gives me energy, something that gets me excitement. And I think that doing something for myself like a documentary is a step in that right direction. I actually have a really solid lead for another wedding for 2025 in Yosemite area, and I'm so excited about that, and like leaning into these things that I am very excited about. Hopefully can make me do the steps in the right direction, and I'm also sharing a lot of these things on this podcast because I know that I need some accountability for it. I've been talking about doing some sort of documentary for the past 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, but I've done absolutely nothing in that direction, in that way. And I want to do something. And maybe this thing that I want to put together isn't going to be with the vision that I have for it. Maybe it's not going to go anywhere. Maybe it's going to crash and burn. But it's me doing something that I want to do, that I feel like I need to do, and I'm excited to do it. I don't know. I don't know if this has been helpful to anyone listening out there. I don't know if this has been worth it to anyone, or if I'm wasting your time or whatever, but I wanted to give you kind of an honest feeling. I've felt, for the last, couple of years, I've just kind of felt there. I've kind of felt stuck. I've kind of felt like I know, maybe what I should be doing with Wild Oak Films, but I've been so focused on how to film weddings and continuing to grow this over here that I've definitely let that go to the wayside a little bit, and I don't want to do that anymore. I have been so blessed, but also very proud of the work that I have done with Wild Oak Films with my wife, and I want that to continue, and I want to continue to shoot, and I want to continue to edit, and I want to continue to travel and grow this business so much, and I don't want to be complacent anymore. And if you want to if you want to go somewhere, then you got to take a step. And I think that's where I am right now. I need to take a few steps, and I want to move forward, and I want to go somewhere else. And so that's where this idea of the documentary is coming from. That's where me really wanting to lean more back into Wild Oak Films. I know that this entire year I've needed to update our website, and it's just like, well, I'm still getting a few inquiries, so it's good enough, but it's definitely not good enough. And so I want to update that and move forward with that. So those are my thoughts. I don't know if this has been helpful to you. I hope it's been helpful to you. I hope this has been something that maybe resonates with you. If you can resonate with any of the things that I'm saying about feeling kind of complacent, kind of feeling like, man, I don't know where I should go. I don't know what I should do, and I'm just kind of here. Send me a DM at How to Film Weddings over on Instagram and just let me know. I'm trying to just be open here and share what's going on in my head and in my mind and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I do want to let you know that we are going to be opening up the doors for our mastermind group here in a a couple of months at the end, mid to end January. And so if you would like to get on the wait list of that, head over to howtofilmweddings.com/mastermind, and you can get more information about that and be on the wait list. So as soon as we launch this incredible learning program where you're going to meet people and connect with people that whenever you have struggles like this in your business, or you have worries in your business, or wherever you want to go with that, you'll be able to lean on them and help them. I'm so grateful and so thankful that I have John and Blake to talk to share with, and brainstorm with, and help me figure out these things. Because I'm not a very deep thinker a lot of times. And I just kind of like, well, this is how I'm feeling, but I don't get to the root of it. And I've kind of been pulling out some of these stuff over the past few days. So yeah, again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you listening to my rambling. So the sun's been going in and out, so I know that the color's all crazy here. But thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, we will see ya.